Hi, my name is Jonathan Hess. My practice is Hess Veterinary Service West based out of Hagerman, Idaho. I serve in the Magic Valley. I've been out here for 22 years now. We are at Riverbend Dairy. This is actually my first client. They milk about 52 to 5,500 cows here. Right now we have about 2,000 cows on bottles, or on milk, I should say, really. Well, when I first got here 22 years ago, there was a huge focus on mastitis. And there still is today, don't get me wrong, but what has transitioned is how people manage and make their replacement programs or deal with their young stock. And we focus quite a bit on young stock and the efficiency of our young stock replacement operations. There's been gram-negative vaccines in the past that are a little harder on the cow or the calf, especially ones related to respiratory stuff. We use ENDOVAC Vovi in the first week of life. It's very smooth, and what I like about ENDOVAC is it seems to be kind of a broad protection for most gram-negatives. Any gram-negative, broad spectrum gram-negative coverage, which is crazy. And I always thought it had a place in the young stock just because the amount of gram-negative exposure, no matter how good your husbandry is going to be, you're still going to have a myriad of gram-negatives, and those gram-negatives seem to be getting smarter and stronger. The original use of ENDOVAC here at Riverbend was to try and target that gram-negative load. It's really helped them manage through that diarrhea period, which usually shows up around 10 days to 2 weeks, if you will, and continues into the 20s to 30s, actually, in days. As far as other uses, it does help out, like I've used it at other places that really struggle with when the cow goes from a hutch housing to a commingled housing with Pasteurella pneumonia. I do have other facilities that struggle with gram-negative pneumonia problems after the animal leaves the hutch, and so it is employed there in 1 to 2 weeks before they move to a different housing situation to try and address certain gram-negative pneumonias, the ever-present. I say Pasteurella, but there's other things. There's quite a bit of salmonella pneumonia that people don't even want to talk about, but it's there. Places that have used it at younger and also almost boost them, or if you will, get them ready to go to the commingled housing, it has helped with slowing down quite a bit of the treatment rates on some of these places. We've had struggles with salmonella. Salmonella is really everywhere. Recent years, it's gone more and more. It's not something you get rid of. It's something you manage. We've always made it a focus, especially in our young calves or our hutch calf. And what I like about ENDOVAC is management of salmonella and really any gram-negative right now, and it seemed to work really well for us. What are we really trying to do? We're trying to prep this animal to, have the best immune system it can for what we've seen our highest gram-negative load, not just salmonella. Obviously there's other gram-negatives that challenge the young calf. I'm a big colostrum guy, and it wasn't until just a few years ago where you realized what's in colostrum. What we've learned is the amount of what's called bioactives or stimulates. It's those type of things that are very similar to Immune Plus that do things like help ramp up the immune system, whether it's through neutrophil recruitment or the production of lymphocytes, and really maximize their ability through that whatever challenge. With their Immune Plus, there's plenty of stuff on that it does ramp up that immune system, but there's so much science behind that type of kind of stimulation of the immune system, especially in that very vulnerable period of the first 3 weeks of life of the calf. I think it really helps out in that particular situation. But that goes right back to the gram-negative and the immune stimulation that we think we're receiving from this product. Kind of back to the whole deal of, well, we're just not doing it for one bacteria. There's a whole thing going on here that we're trying to use it for. The younger a calf is, the more nervous you are on giving it more injections, and most of the places I've consulted with, all I've done is take out injections. You know, so if something's going to make it in early for me, I like it to be something that's not going to be negative. You know, I talk a lot to the employees who are giving it, and their feedback is paramount to me because they see so many. Absolutely, there's been zero complaints on the smoothness in the youngs. Definitely have confidence in using it in a very young animal without negative effects. The company is extremely approachable. They have a small product line which really focuses on immune stimulation and gram-negative control, so it's been awesome to work with them. And there is some exciting stuff coming out that I've heard that's research on Salmonella Dublin, which is far and away at least the most pathogenic, the most deadly one to us out here. So I'm kind of looking forward to see that come out. But as far as a consistent product that has a 40-year history, it's smooth and safe, definitely feel confident to stick with this for gram-negative control.